Explore the mystical side of life in a multi-dimensional way. Welcome to Integrative Mystic with Anne Vivian.
Hello, beautiful soul. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Integrative Mystic with Anne Vivian. So excited to continue this Archangel journey with you. I'm in the middle of this Archangel series, and we are going to explore the beautiful, creative, loving Archangel Haniel today. How she can help you with your relationships, how she can help you with a lot of different things. As usual in this Archangel series, I'm going to share my personal experiences with her, my personal intuitive information that I received in what I call envelope divination or psychic blindfold, tuning into the different archangels. And then I'm going to I'll share with you what I found about the Archangel, doing a little bit of reading of other people's experiences and research. And then I'm going to pull a few cards for the week. So take a deep breath, step into this angelic cloud of joy that we're going to fly on today and float on today. Imagine your earthly stresses and heaviness is just floating away or even dropping away like heavier energy. It just drops to the earth where it's transmuted by our beautiful Mother Earth. And feel yourself shift into that high vibrational, mystical, magical, angelic vibration and energy and feeling. We are always loved. We are always supported. We're always surrounded by help and support and that divine presence within us and around us. It's eternal. Welcome. I feel Archangel Haniel around us. I'd like to start by just really quickly refreshing what I do in each of these episodes. For each of the archangels, have tuned in blindly, meaning I put all of the archangels' names into unmarked envelopes, separate envelopes, and then each week I tune into a particular archangel. I can't see which one it is, and I commune with that angel and get information, and then I share with you what my experience was intuitively tuning into that angel and communing with that angel, and then also what I found out about that angel. It's so much fun to do this research. I share archetypal information such as if the angel is associated with the tree of life, any of the sephira on the tree of life. I've been talking about the 7 rays of light, which are connected with the 7 chakras and just archetypal different energetic forces in the universe. In my research, I have come to find there's actually more than 7 rays. There are many rays. Many other people, intuitives, mediums have been downloaded with information about many other rays. I've seen up to 18, probably more than 18. And so we're going to be talking about the 7 rays and beyond, and if any kind of archetypal information for each angel. And I invite you to do this psychic blindfold, or as I call it, envelope divination with me. Do the same thing. Just write the names of the angels down, put them in unmarked envelopes, shuffle them, and then in meditation, ask the angel that you are, whose name you have in that envelope, to connect with that angel and to tell you about this angel, himself, herself. I want to share a couple of really cool archangel experiences I've had this week. First of all, last night I had a very intense dream with Archangel Michael. Have you ever had a dream with an angel? It has been rare for me to actually have a dream with an angel, but Archangel Michael was in my dream. And he was there in the flesh, and then he sort of left the building, and then he was communicating with me and other people in my dream through electronic equipment. And it's funny, I have heard other intuitives talk about Archangel Michael can actually be very helpful with electronic technology, etc. issues and equipment. And he was communicating with me through a clock, an electrical, the kind of clock that you plug into the wall. And the clock was unplugged, and he was communicating with me through the clock though, and some numbers. And I felt like after the dream, it's important probably for me to look at those numbers, and maybe it's a message for you too, my friend. Pay attention to those numbers. That's one of the ways angels communicate with us, is those angel numbers. If you see repeated numbers or repeated pattern of numbers, that could be an intuitive message from the angels, from your guides, from spirit. And there was just a really cool mystical communication happening with Archangel Michael through that clock. And he was showing me certain numbers and connecting with other people. And there were other visions happening in other electronic equipment. So this electronic clock, I think, might have been symbolic for me. But me sharing the dream with you brings this dream out into the collective, my audience. I feel like it was a dream, not just for me, but to share with my audience, to remind you to call on help and guidance if you're having technology issues. And I feel like the second piece of intuitive guidance, like I said, is pay attention to the numbers that are repeating in your life. And you can just Google, whatever numbers you're seeing repeated in numerology. And you might find it's very helpful, the messages that are coming through. The second angel experience I wanted to share with you that happened this past week was I found the second half of the missing half of my Angel Blessings deck. I have a beautiful angel card deck by Kimberly Maroney called Angel Blessings. And I thought the deck seemed a little bit smaller the past few months. And don't you know, I saw out of the corner of my eye on the ground near my home what looked like very discolored angel cards. And the back of this particular deck, which is this pretty orange cloud scene, and this was a very discolored, like blue cloud scene, but I saw them out of the corner of my eye and I said, that looks a lot like my angel card deck. And lo and behold, it was about half the deck. On the ground, it was water damaged, warped, discolored, but there it was. And I thought that seemed like an interesting journey that half my deck took. It must have blown away when I brought them outside, and the wind maybe blew them away when I was doing a spread outside. So I felt I wanted to share this with you. For me, it felt like of personal significance, a sign, and I feel like this is a collective energy as well. I feel it has to do with going through some energetic shifts, which I have been going through some energetic shifts, yet the latest upgrade and ascension in consciousness, and the different parts of me and my threatened little ego and inner child are negotiating with the expansion in consciousness. And I love all of the parts of our psyche. I don't mean to insult the inner child or the ego. They're important. I am one of those practitioners who believe the ego is not something to be destroyed, but is something to be integrated and can be of service to our higher self and to source. But it's important to have an ego in order to function in this time-space continuum. But my ego has struggled a bit with the growing pains of this ascension. And I believe that, and when I say ascension, I just mean another bump in expansion of awareness. And I've been going through a lot of these upgrades. I'm guessing a lot of people tuning in can relate. So I felt finding this missing part of my deck was a sign that I'm reconnecting again. I'm integrating again. I'm anchoring and internalizing and integrating this higher consciousness and that I am able to realign myself, my conscious mind, my ego, my unconscious, my higher consciousness, my body. I'm able to realign and reconnect with these higher frequencies. Again, the angelic, the higher self, the source frequencies. And I feel like this is a shift in this moment in time as well, where we're realigning, reintegrating some things. So I wanted to share those angel experiences with you. Let's take a deep dive into Archangel Haniel, shall we? All right, let me look at my notes. When I did the angel psychic blindfold, I tuned in and I found Archangel Haniel felt very, very, very teamwork oriented. I felt that social, all working together as a team feeling. She felt bright. I heard the word adornments, color, expressive, very social, laughing, friends, and intuitive. And indeed, that is the personality, that is the energy of Archangel Haniel. She is associated with the Sephira on the Tree of Life called Netzach. And it's associated with Venus and those Venusian qualities of beauty, creativity, art, relationships, harmony. She's also associated with the moon and that intuitive, psychic, lunar energy. She's known for being compassionate and specializing in these areas of relationships and social and art, creativity, color. And, you know, it's funny, laughing. I heard laughing. She is associated with joy, with friends, and with psychic development. When I tuned into what colors were associated with Haniel, I saw a light blue. I also saw yellow and green. And she's associated with, so we talked about in the beginning of this podcast, you know, the 7 rays, but then there are even more than 7 rays. There are many other rays, many people believe, and they have their own unique energy and their expanded understanding of these archetypal energies in the universe, these archetypal forces. So I saw light blue and also yellow green. She's associated with, some people believe, the green ray, and then other people believe a turquoise ray. So green is one of the 7 rays, and turquoise is a combination of blue and green. And it's funny because I saw light blue primarily, but also a little yellow and green. And so turquoise is the color that many people associate with her, and the turquoise ray. And the turquoise ray is, some people believe, is number 9 in these rays of consciousness, and is the ray associated with joy and highest potentials. And I'm wondering what color you see when you tune into Haniel. The images I saw a snake, I saw a path in nature, guitar, I saw the sea, a lighthouse, and a throne. So when it comes to the images, the snake is actually associated with goddess energy, female divine energy. So I think that may have a connection with Haniel. I'm not sure. Haniel is associated with Venus, which is associated with nature. So me seeing a scene of nature kind of makes sense to me. So guitar, there's that artistic, expressive component. I'm not sure about the sea. The sea is associated with Venus. Remember that famous Botticelli painting, the pop culture term for it is Venus on the half shell, but I believe it's called the birth of Venus. So Venus is associated with the sea in her mythology. And throne, I am not sure what the throne was exactly. So those are the images that I saw associated with Haniel when I tuned in. So when I tuned into what does she help with, I heard music, helping people finish what they start, clairvoyance, mind control, purpose, not caring what others think, boiling down something to its essence, and reconfiguring social structures. The last one makes so much sense to me because archangels can work on an individual, but also collective, large scale level. So she is helping humanity reconfigure our social structures right now. She's a social relationship archangel. So it makes so much sense that she would come through with this message about helping us reconfigure our social structures. So she helps us reconfigure our individual microcosm social structures in our relationships and our families and groups of friends and professional groups, etc. But she also helps with large social structures on a macro level. Music, so I'm getting a strong music vibe with the creativity, and that just sort of bounces off the beginning information I got when I tuned into Haniel. I got the color and expressive and adornments, like with jewelry and clothes and self-expression, creative self-expression. So I feel like the music is expanding on that. Clairvoyance, definitely tuning into her help with clairvoyance. She's known for helping with psychic development. Her big association with the moon and lunar energy, which may go back to ancient Babylon, was definitely coming through when I tuned in. It's interesting. The other things here, helping people finish what they start, and boiling down something to its essence. Well, that reminds me of, the ninth ray, the turquoise ray, is associated with helping people achieve their highest potentials as well as joy. So I think that may have been what I was tuning into with the purpose and helping people finish what they start, which kind of comes up again in the Archangel message I'm going to share with you. I'm not sure about mind control, but mind has a lot to do with joy. That was a stretch. Maybe it's intuitive mind control. I'm not sure. Not caring what others think. That's interesting. That's a very social healing kind of therapeutic thing to help with, in my opinion. So, but she can help with things like that. She can help with your relationship with yourself, how you're maybe have some dysfunctional patterns in relationships, how you relate to others. She can help you transform that. So letting go of caring what people think is one of the most therapeutic things I think most humans can do on this planet. People care way too much what other people think, and it's like chains. It chains you down. It's a lower vibrational pattern. You want to break out of that, right? You don't want to be so over self-involved and over focused on authenticity that you can't function in society. We can't always be expressing every authentic feeling and thought we have in every moment. Sometimes it's not appropriate. However, if you're constantly making decisions about what to say, what to wear, what job to take, where to move, how to live my life based on what other people think, you're going to create a very confined life of misery. So allow Archangel Haniel to help you tune into authenticity, making decisions based on your true purpose, your true soul's desires, and to create harmonious relationships as well. So she specializes in joy, happiness, fulfillment. And here is the message in my psychic blindfold when I tuned into Haniel. I am very caring and understanding of the human mind. I do understand it is difficult to live in this body at this time. I want to help people be able to achieve their goals and align themselves with their purpose. I help people finish what they start. I help people reestablish themselves. So that was the message I got when I tuned in. So working with Archangel Haniel. If you want to work with this beautiful archangel, call on her for help with creativity, creative projects, relationships, your love life. And that could be existing relationships or asking for her help to meet someone new and create a new relationship in your life. Romance and sexuality, friendships, intuitive development, and just increasing more joy in your life. Her presence is very loving and soothing. And she can bring that loving and soothing energy to help bring more harmony if there's a conflict in a relationship, she has miraculous relationship genius, intelligence, healing power, and gifts and love. And she's just able to help you create a more successful and joyful social experience. So she can help you navigate social experiences and relationships. For instance, call upon her before you host a party or go to a party or go on a date. She can help you to navigate that and create the best experience possible. Even if you and this date are not meant to be, she can help you to navigate that in a loving way, and even create, joy and connection with divinity as you go through that experience. But she can really help to bring social experiences up to a higher level. I've actually called on her to help when I've hosted parties before, and I gotta say, you can feel that angel magic in the party. It is palpable. She really does help with social situations and adding a little high angelic, not just a little, she really does partner with you to create beautiful social experiences. You can also call on her professionally in like professional groups and meetings and relationships, and she's going to bring more harmony to the group and help you to be a part of that group or run the group. For a ritual idea of working with Archangel Haniel, I suggest think about any relationship that could use a little TLC, any relationship conflict in your life with your partner, friend, work associate, family member, and go to your place of ritual, your place of meditation. If you have an altar, go to this sacred place in your home, or maybe it's in nature. You may want to light a candle or charge a crystal that you feel called to work with. Angels can work beautifully together with crystals and nature spirits and other ritual components. So sit quietly in meditation and call upon Archangel Haniel and your higher self. Ask Haniel to show you what the underlying problem is in this relationship, and open yourself to any feelings, images, words, or knowings. Ask Haniel to explain what she is showing you. And then ask her and your higher self to show you what you can do to improve this relationship. Open yourself to any feelings, images, words, or knowings that you may receive. Ask Haniel and your higher self to explain what they're showing you, what they're telling you, and ask them to show you a vision, an experience of that relationship as improved or healed, what that would look like, what that would feel like. Notice what you feel and see and experience. This allows you to tune into the energy of the solution. And as many people say in the metaphysical community, you can't solve a problem on the level of the problem. You've got to ascend to a higher level. So you're ascending to this higher level with your higher self and Archangel Haniel, ascending to that vibration of there is a solution. Pay attention to whatever she is guiding you, your other guides, your higher self, spirit. Thank Haniel, your higher self. Make notes of what you experienced. And I would love to hear, if you try this, what your results are. I've worked with Haniel before. I think she's very powerful, very helpful, and I love her energy. So I'm now going to transition to pulling some cards for the week. I pulled some cards for the week ahead. As usual, this is a message for you at any time that you're listening to this podcast. And I specifically pulled these cards for the week of August 19th, 2022. But whenever you're listening to this message, I set my intention, I do believe, is meant for you. So tuning into the message for this week, the cards message for this week, Spirit's message for this week, I pulled Hope Angel card, the Magician Tarot card, and the Starseed Oracle card, Big Picture Thinking. We do have a sign shift the sun enters the sign of Virgo this upcoming week. So there is a shift from that Leo energy of expression and creativity and confidence, all those beautiful Leo things, to details, work, service, routine, more of a earthy, practical energy. So tuning into these cards, I do feel that Virgo mental energy, planning energy coming. And I also feel like we just have some energy this week of having some really visionary, inspired ideas. The magician is taking those inspired ideas and actually applying them to the earth plane and making practical plans and taking practical action. The magician is integrating all of this. And so this week we have the opportunity to have great ideas that are going to help us in practical ways. And I feel like that's some of the energy coming through. I think people are dragging their feet. I do feel in the collective energy. You might be one of the people who are feeling not very motivated to take action. But I feel like even though collectively there might be kind of a sluggishness, there is a collective doorway to expanded ideas and consciousness, getting big picture ideas, or seeing the solution to a problem, or seeing a path for how you could achieve a goal, seeing the other side of something perhaps you haven't seen before, and being able to see a vision for what you want, not just a fantasy vision, but a vision you can actually feel and imagine and have the ability to manifest. And the magician is all about manifesting. So I feel like this week there will be opportunities for taking practical action towards your manifestation and coming up with a plan, tweaking the plan, and applying the plan. There is a hope that is the angel of hope has come out, that is being gifted to the earth right now. And if you can tune into that hope within yourself and being offered to us by the angels and by spirit, as we tune in to spirit, it expands our hope and our inspiration, and to be able to remember the purpose for what you're doing. What is the meaning and the purpose behind the vision? That can also help give you the motivation to take that action, so that it's not just a drudgery. So take some inspired action this week. Integrate your plans. Let yourself do some creative thinking and some envisioning, creative visualization. Brainstorm action plan, action steps that you could take. Come up with some actual finite steps you can take to make your dream a reality. Don't forget to tune into spirit and ask for Haniel for creative inspiration. Ask Gabriel for some creative inspiration. Ask source and your higher self, and allow that support and hope and expanded vision to find its way to you. Allow the support for your goals to manifest, to find their way to you. That's half the battle, right? It's just allowing spirit, through all of the ways that God, Goddess, Spirit helps us to actually open ourselves to allowing that to come through. And then the other part is we need to take part in that too and take some action. Thank you again so much for tuning in. Please check out me and my services and my groups on my website, creativepsychestudio.com. Psyche is spelled Psyche. This has been Anne Vivian on Integrative Mystic. I look forward to seeing you next group or connecting with you next podcast or show. Have a beautiful week. Blessings.